So we've had a little bit of a setback when it comes to wrapping up my 2016 reading goals. I normally have an Excel file where I keep track of all the books that I've read for that year, who the author is, where they're from, etc., etc. And within the last couple of weeks, that Excel file has disappeared off my laptop. I was working on it on the Tuesday before Christmas because I was starting to sort of categorize what I'd read for the year in preparation for making all of those really fun pie charts that people like to put in their wrap-up videos. And then the following Saturday, I went back to do some more work on it and it was gone. I don't know what happened to it. I apologize, but there will be no fun graphs in this reading wrap-up, and although I do have an idea of how I did because I was going over some of the stuff, this will be a little lackluster. That being said, we are going to move forward and talk about what I can remember from my reading goals and how I did. So the first one is pretty easy to check because it's just my Goodreads reading goal. There's no need for an Excel file for this one. For 2016, I wanted to read 30 books, and I wanted to particularly focus on reading books that were longer, like 400 plus page books. And I'm happy to say that I did complete this challenge. I managed to read 35 books in 2016, and a lot of them weren't graphic novels, so that's good too. I did manage to read a number of large books. I know I read at least 4 that I consider bigger books. Not bad on that front, but I am really happy that I was able to surpass my goal by 5 books. My second goal was of the 30 books that I read in 2016, I wanted 25% of them to be by authors of color. And I remember how many I read. I read 8, and the only reason I remember this is because in 2015, I also read 8 books by people of color. So it was easy for me to remember. Now, 8 of 35 books is 23%. So not quite there. If I had only read 30 books, it would have been 27%. So we'll just say I almost completed this one. I got very close, didn't quite get there. Another one of my goals was to continue reading more diversely, read more translated fiction, read more books from authors from different places all over the world. And this is where I really could have used that darn Excel sheet because I know I was starting to go through them. I really think this year I did a better job of not reading so many books by white Americans. I know I had a few Indian Americans on there, more Canadians, more Australians. I had a Nigerian author and a Cambodian author for the first time. And although I can't put it up on the screen and numerically show you, I do feel like I did a better job of reading more diversely, reading from different nationalities, and I certainly want to continue doing that in the future because it's really not hard. And then lastly, my fourth goal for 2016 was really easy, and that was just to finish rereading the Harry Potter series because at that point I had been dragging it out for so long that I was just gonna tell myself, all right, you gotta finish these books, just do it. You know you love them, but you just gotta read them. I did manage to do that, so yay me, but 2016 is now behind us, so we're going to look forward to 2017. What would I like to accomplish this year? First and foremost is my Goodreads reading goal. How many books would I like to read start to finish in 2017? I've decided to go with 35 books because, hey, I did it in 2016. I don't feel like this year is going to be any different in terms of the amount of time I can dedicate, so 35 it is. My second goal is I would like to continue reading diversely, so of the 35 books that I want to read in 2017, I would like 25% of them to be by authors of color. And then continuing on with the reading diversely track, I would also like to continue to pay closer attention to the nationality of the authors that I read. Where are they coming from? How does that affect their perspective, their stories? What new things can I learn from them? Etc. The fourth goal, which always seems to end up being like a random semi-related goal, this year I really would like to start closed captioning my videos. There's been a bigger movement on BookTube in 2016 for people to actually take what YouTube generates and actually make them into decipherable captions on videos, so those who are hard of hearing or maybe are learning English and would appreciate having the captions there have the opportunity to watch my videos and learn from them. And although part of me really would love to do it because it's such a good idea, I feel very awkward watching a lot of my old videos over again. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge for me. I am going to put it as my 4th goal for 2017. It's the right thing to do, and I just need to get over my fear of rewatching videos of myself because it makes me feel so awkward sometimes. I don't like it, but it's for a good reason, and hey, it's a goal, so it's something I should work towards, actually work towards putting closed captions on my videos. So that's it. That's what I would like to accomplish in 2017 regarding my reading and YouTube. I'm sure most of you have reading goals for 2017 or YouTube related goals, so feel free to share them down below. As always, all of our links are in the doobly-doo. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you later.